Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Hearts of Iron 3 with Black Ice 9, and of course we are playing as Italy, Mussolini's war. And air launch torpedoes have advanced. I believe this here, and it is grayed out. Okay. Yeah, we need to start on this. Moving that forward. And small ship engines have advanced. And here. And it's also grayed out. We'll let that one just end. These guys. Oh, just a second. Well, let's first come down here and select R. Move all these over to here, leaving that behind. And then here we will come in and we'll do him. And so we now have that. Now, what we will here is let's just find Corona here, and this black shirt unit. And hit R and give the black shirts an HQ so that they now have some level of combined arms. Not a lot, but some. And then here, here. Yep. And here. And here. There we go. Now we'll take these to divisional headquarters, put them on board ship, and we're going to send them down to Eritrea. Now, also, we're going to come over here, get rid of these fascist named units. Oh, I don't know that I want to do the armored, because they're infantry division names. We're going to leave the two armored divisions alone, I guess. So, There we go. Not great units, but they work. Hopefully be helpful additions to everything else. Small ship, small warship, sonar. Good. Paratrooper activation, great. That will allow some other equipment type things. Don't know any that we want to do right now. Awareness all running, okay. I think that'll be enough. Oh, and we stole blueprints from the American aircraft carrier prototype to level 4? Oh wow. See, now if we were actually going to build aircraft carriers, oh, was that aircraft carrier aircraft, not air that. So now they actually are up here with fighters. Now that's a great thing. So if we were actually going to build them, that'd be something. Now these I might be doing that with that jump in 9.1, but not in this. That's again what the sort of benefits of researching things is you not just that. I mean, the downside is we don't really need those, but the benefit is you jump a few steps ahead. Which is good. Trying to find the same general if I can reasonably quickly. No, I didn't. I went past them, not paying enough attention, or let's give them this guy, and we'll select them. They'll move quickly. Their headquarters unit. Okay, medium fuel tank. Good. Well, all of these guys. Detach from your headquarters. No. You guys get a free trip to Africa. Be attached to colonial militia type units and others. Get them better organized and headquartered. Send help to China. Wow, China's doing really well, or Japan's doing really badly. No, we're gonna do nothing. Well, we're gonna do nothing. Maybe we help them too much. And got all these in here, so we need fuel tank. Again, we can keep researching because we have that artificially bumped up, but okay. Those going in. Recon unit coordination. Yeah, we're gonna let that one go. And armored fighting vehicles, AA weapons. That we're gonna stop. Propel artillery brigade. The recruitment program. I think so this time. And we'll do that in case we get some of those guys. Be somewhat skilled at doing their thing. Back up to here. We're going to go back down to just barely above needs because I'm hoping for like an event that will take care of this last 1.5 points. We can focus a bit more on production. And here. Okay, well, we have this nice militia unit that doesn't have a headquarters, so let's send them and detach them. Do we have another one of those, I think? Yeah. Go to Addis Ababa and better organize up that division. See that? That has a nice setup. Airplane radio communications, great. And they can talk to each other now, great. I'm plowing through this pretty fast. Radar electrics 2. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll ship crew berthing. We'll stop that. What do we not have? Blow 4. Armor at least 4. Okay, so we've got to improve the armor. Okay, well, we'll do that then. Waste the research. Light armor designs advanced. Good, good, good. Doing that. Entry support tanks, which we're not going to build. We're not needing that. Don't know what that do. Oh, yeah, I think we do. I'm gonna jump this up. Oh, party rally, that's what did it. The effects went off. And the Prince of Wales is launched. Okay. Well, first I want to get these basic colonial militia brigades up to being something, especially the ones with the sort of light infantry types. Okay. Those are already actually goodish divisions, so see, I could use a divisional HQ for sure. So maybe that's why you should build some of these extra, is to make these things function better. Okay, that's already a... No, that could use an HQ. It has a transport camel train, but it could use an HQ. And there, those two light infantry units. Okay, now. There we go. Now they have a divisional HQ. A little bit of combined arms, just 7% bonus, but still, that's better than nothing. And you head back up to here, and yeah, right to here, because we've got one, just one division. Oh, there were two up here. Nope, just one that needs an HQ. That type of HQ there. Don't know where else I might have some more. Okay, Blitzkrieg Doctrine. And with that, over there, medium artillery advance. That is that one. Let's do artillery. Good. No, we're gonna save our money. Medium arms. Armor design. Bolt guns. I don't know about that. The Italians did have some. Oh, we're doing too much on the spy thing. Okay, so let's cancel the Japanese. Yeah, I've gotten a little bit from them, but let's cancel that to focus on some of the others. camo units. Those I saw some units in North Africa that could use some transport, and I decided to give them camels. He'd be a good corps commander with that. Logistics wizard, so we'll promote him now. Hopefully we'll find that guy later. I think that's a post-war photo. I think. Just looking at that hat, I think that's a post-war thing. Yeah, there, actually, I think that was the guy. Okay, so this division here, detach, go on board. And then you come down to here. Transport, okay, fighter pilot training. Good. Keep up with the other nations. Okay, well, let's do nav pilot. Already, come on, come on. There we go. A little bit of extra, sir. A little bit of growth before I have to get adjusted again. Artillery upgrade advance. I think that is grayed out. Better ground crew now. Oh, we were going to stop these, I think. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so this is getting ready to start the whole thing, the Ribbentrop-Molotov Pact. This clearly, in my opinion, goes back to show my contention that Hitler was only really worried at this time that their invading Poland might cause a war with the Soviet Union. That's why he did this pact, because he could easily see the Soviets freaking out with the idea that Germany's going to be on their border, and could easily see the idea of Soviets moving in to protect, I did the air quotes, you didn't see me, but protect Poland, and that starting the war with the Soviet Union, and he just was unprepared for that, and he realized that. So that's why the Molotov Pact. He just did not see that, you know, they said they would, but he didn't believe them. This is world leaders, when they draw that red line, you know, Obama came out, you know, this is, now I know sometimes world leaders say stupid things, and yes, we all know Trump, But you know, he was very, harshly questioned on that red line in Syria and stuck to it instead of backtracking before it was clearly crossed. Once it was clearly, if you, well, we don't, well, that, if they did that, that would be a very bad thing, and we don't quite know what we would do, kind of thing. We'll do that. And that would have a bit of a, make it not so bad. But that's, I'm just vehement on that idea that especially if there's something that you're going, hey, yeah, this would cause a war if you did this. And then you go and do it. The next time you go and say, oh, this would cause a war, they aren't going to believe you. And when they wouldn't have caused a war over it, they would have backed down or just not done something like that. Then a war breaks out. Okay, better to do the good division, or the, slightly better with artillery and transport over the units that have none, but we also want to get some of these guys too, because there's not a lot of better ones. That'll just make these guys stand up just a little bit better. 7% combined arms bonuses. Dealing with the French and the British. Yeah, I'm gonna leave these guys with that. Okay, there's Commando, Frontier, DASI, and oh, we don't have the Camel Corps yet. Thought we had the Camel Corps. On boats. There we go. Transport. Now all the way down to there. More for production. Iran. Okay, fuselage aerodynamics. Good. Let's do engine research. There we go, now you'll be more mobile. And I think it was this division didn't have any transport. I don't know whether, like, this division had no transport unit, so I don't know if the OOB just hasn't been updated because this was one of the original divisions, or if for some reason this division they deemed didn't have any transport. Now, it could very well could be. I got the border patrol thing a little bit more as being, Frontier Command might not have it, but I don't know. So I didn't spend the money on full trucks, but these guys will be better on the desert than just wagons, I think. So that they'll advance or retreat a little quicker, a little more effectively. Danziger War. Been a long time since I've seen Poland decide to give up Danzig. It's happened, but I don't know if under the current. Okay. Spanish Civil War. Okay, so Germany has decided Blitzkrieg. So the war in Spain is over. Hopefully we'll get some units back from that. Okay, well now we are still at the 60-40. Well, that's why we had daily ruling descent or something. Agreed. Supplies, money. Yeah. So Germany is now at war with United Kingdom, France, and others. Okay, so now, well, we've been trying to join their faction. Been trading with them. Oh, well, let's look at trade. Yeah, we got plenty of supply. Well, not a whole lot, but just a little bit. Netherlands. I'm mumbling. I know. Sorry. Okay. Gun position. Twin engine airplanes has advanced. I think I'm also going to build. Oh, let's do 6. More of these to put down in Ethiopia. Move them up to the top. And okay, well, we could use one more of these. One more of these. Now we'll lose a lot of these convoys, going out to far-ranging places, Boston and whatnot. Once we go to war, we'll be cut off there, of course. But still, I want a cushion of those, a little bit more than that. Okay. Heavy anti-air upgrade, so we will doing engineers already. Well, let's do medium bombers. Oh, we have one more division there. Okay. HQ, that is. Okay, well, let's see. Other fascist division down here. No HQ, so send them down. Okay, infantry unit training, good. .37, let's switch that over to combined arms mobile. And this was, oh, anti-air upgrade. And There, I think it was. Okay. Let's do that. Heavy artillery brigades advanced. We're gonna leave that be there, just to have it. We can build them. Can affect other things in a positive way. I think so. Good. That. No one's gonna bomb us, are they? Aren't? Yeah. But I'm being facetious on that. Yeah, I won't let that go. But we also, if we take territory in North Africa or some other place like that, we will want to repair it quickly. These guys get to advance. Good, some more fires. Here? Yes, this one. Yep. Down at the bottom, there we go. Think North Africa with you. We've got two divisions of armor here, and now we're facing some infantry tanks there, but we're not. Well, there's some heavy type tanks. These guys got tank destroyers, good, and let's mix support there. Motorized mix support, but yeah. I just think North Africa is going to be a combination of harder and more important. Harder in the sense of facing off against the British, facing off against potentially better quality units, and I think there are some bonuses to Britain down there that make them harder to fight, just given by the game. So he should be a general or a corps commander somewhere. Here we go. So this would give us a couple of armored divisions. And now that we got those armored divisions, let's go for some generic infantry type divisions. we're going to have headquarters already, so yeah, let's throw on this mixed support. That gives us one more slot. We'll do a dedicated anti-tank. Good. There we go. Now we're back to those CCN names, I think, because we canceled out the unit. And we should also these are not coming very soon. Those will happen quickly too. Okay, United Kingdom will launch the HMS Howe. Okay, Legge Mussolini. Legge Mussolini Law commissioned an integral drainage of various marshes in Italy. The OCN, Opera Nazionale Combattita, National Fighters Work, was charged to conduct the operation from 1928 to 1939. 5 million, almost 5.8 million hectares or something were drained. 32,000 kilometers of roads were built, though these roads aren't, to my understanding, anything like the Autobahn. They were just roads, paved roads, good roads, but they weren't, highway stuff. At least the great bulk of them, was my understanding. Waterworks, that means, I think that means plumbing systems for cities, but I don't know, because you got to remember, Italy is still, I mean, you can even say almost still to this day, but it's still going through the idea of moving from a sort of Renaissance water system. That why does Italy have so many beautiful fountains? Because that's where the people got their water. Literally, those fountains. You can look around like the cities of Rome and other places. They have these great fountains, and people used to. This is, I don't know if Europeans know this or not, but Americans don't know this because basically we don't have a tradition of this in America. All these fountains, all those public fountains, the Trevi Fountain and many others, that's where people would go with their jugs, buckets, whatever, often at the beginning of the day, and often sending children, but women or whoever, would go and either scoop water out or catch it as it's coming out of the fountain that might be cleaner, and catch that water and then walk the water back to the house. That was the water system. I'm guessing, because waterworks could be, I don't know, something else, but I'm guessing it's putting in centralized plumbing to houses, much more like with flush toilets and things like that. But that's the way you got your water. In America, we just never did that. I'm not saying we don't have public fountains historically, but very few. And since we just didn't organize things up, we sort of went from little to no public, water usage like that to internal plumbing. We sort of jumped this sort of intermediate developed stage. And like you're saying here, 15 new cities and hundreds of villages. That's where I'm putting those waterworks. But also the waterworks would be going to pre-existing villages and places like that. Again, I'm not saying in the 19th century they weren't putting in plumbing, not just, because Rome, the Roman culture going back is famous for, that's why it has, the aqueducts and all that stuff, really known for its water. But that wasn't for the little villages. I mean, so in the 19th century, I'm sure, like you see in London, it's getting it, in other places in the 19th century, that they're getting both incoming and outgoing, sewage going, being added to big cities. They had no concept of that, really, and I don't know when they did, but before, to something like Venice, because the sewage system was just the canals. Okay. Okay, whoever picked this picture, and I don't know that it's a Black Ice person or whatever, that is a stupid and silly picture of Venice. There aren't any streetcars in Venice. Now, there's sort of city outside of Venice, you know, that sort of backs up and supports Venice, that's built, you know, after. That very well may have streetcars, and that very well may be a picture of it. But put St. Mark's Square or some other canal system picture for Venice, for God's sake. Oh, God. You know, whoever did that, that's just stupid. There has to be 1,000 black and white or sepia tone pictures of Venetian canals somewhere that you would put for Venice. Oh, I'm just sorry about that little rant. But, so, you know, Venice didn't have a concept of that because of their system. So now, I don't know how they got too much fresh water in, because it's sort of salt water in there in the lagoon system. But, but I'm guessing that those waterworks are putting in water systems into a lot of small villages and towns around, not just the new ones. Were constructed from the ground up in a typical architectural style of the fascist era. Architecture rationale, rational architecture. These works occupied around 500,000 men, reduced unemployment, produced wealth, and improved GDP. The city of Palmenzeria was founded, in 38, finished in 39. Was named by the fascist Palmyrene because of the Roman goddess Palmona, Dia dei Palmi, goddess of apples. Okay, so we get manpower and gain industrial in Anzio, and it's marshes until December 39. Okay, well that isn't very far. Okay, cool. So, and on that note, we're going to end this episode. I want to thank you all for watching. I want to thank you for liking the videos. I really do appreciate that. And then, of course, also please post comments, questions, suggestions, corrections. If I'm getting some of this wrong, please post a correction. I do appreciate that. See you next time for more Hearts of Iron.